Okay, today I want to make another video about innovation prediction. This time I want to talk about firearms. The other day I was watching a YouTube video, Hiccup 45. He was firing a automatic Russian rifle, and after a while the weapon gets really hot, and it was smoking. At that moment, it was an epiphany for me that I realized today's firearm is actually not ideal. And I also watched a couple episodes of Star Trek in Netflix, and I also noticed their ideal phaser is not ideal for the future. And based on what I've seen, is that firearm technology hasn't improved that much since the late 1800s. We went from matchlock to flintlock to muzzle loading at that time, and it goes to breech loading, and then we decide to change the ammunition into a cartridge format. And World War I, we finally invented machine guns. And I just realized that a couple hundred years from now, the people in the future will be looking at us, watching our science fiction movies and novels, or reading the novels, and will be laughing their asses off. Because our ideal firearm for the future is actually flawed, and I want to mention why. First, my ideal firearm for the future is that it will not produce any heat. Okay? Second, you will not produce any sound. Okay. And third, I want to finally mention this. The phasers of Star Trek and the blasters in Star Wars are not ideal firearm for the future. And I will tell you why. The reason is, once you fire those weapons, you see the light beam travel across the air or in space. You immediately know where the fire or the ammunition is traveling and where's it coming from. So your enemy know your exact position, and they will be able to counterattack against you immediately. So my ideal firearm for the future is that you will not produce any tracers. I know people are thinking, can that be real? I will tell you this, is that those firearms that we keep thinking in science fictions, novels and movies, they are just for entertaining purposes. It's not for real life. Okay? So I will say this, in the future, a couple hundred years from now, and we found out that there is a way to produce firearm with these characteristics, war will be utterly terrifying. Once you go into the battlefield, all you're going to hear is your comrade or yourself screaming and lie dead on the ground. You will not hear anything. You will not see anything. You will not be able to detect any heat from anywhere near you. And I will say this, IR technology, infrared technology in the future will get better. We will be able to detect heat, little bit of heat from miles and miles away. And firearm in the future will be just as powerful, if not more powerful. You'll probably penetrate a couple feet of steel from miles and miles away. So here it is. This is my prediction of firearm in the future.